So someone asked me in the comments, Ascendor, currently I'm clean from harder drugs, pills, but I feel so empty inside and my job is so fucking boring. Any advice maybe? I think I would say 99.9% of all people have some kind of bad habit or addiction that is giving them comfort. And they're doing it over a long period of time because it's the only thing that is actually giving them a sense of warmth, comfort, a sense that there is like a warm blanket. Because life can be tough, it can be cold. You know, everything can seem so gray, black and white. It's just so there's no color, there's no warmth. That's why some people develop the habit of overeating, eating too much junk food, consuming pills, taking drugs, drinking alcohol, being addicted to sex, being addicted to toxic relationships. Something that is giving you the feeling that there is a low and that there's a high. And then you're constantly looking for that high. Now, what you did was actually very strong. You stopped taking those pills. Now, here's the thing, you need to have a kind of balance. Because when you are strictly changing something in your life and there's a source of comfort, in your case it's pills, or whoever's watching this, maybe you have an eating disorder, you're eating too much, or you're not eating enough, or you are drinking, you're an alcoholic and you want to stop, or you're smoking cigarettes and you want to stop. It doesn't really matter. You can apply this to every kind of bad habit. If you are taking away your source of comfort, then you're going to experience this kind of emptiness. It's not shunyata emptiness, but it's a feeling of being dead inside. There's no hope, there's no source of happiness anymore. That is a kind of discipline. You're going through hard times. You're consciously choosing to go through hard times to experience a benefit in the future. But when you don't find another source of happiness that is balancing this out, then you will probably fall back into the habit. That's why so many people are losing weight and then they're looking good on the outside, but deep down they don't know where to get that happiness. They need it. It's like there's an emptiness in the heart. The heart gets cold and you want to find something that is going to make you happy again. Now, what I have found is that the first thing that a human being can do to balance it out is to find the connection with yourself. That means to really create the habit, cultivate the habit of connecting to your body, really choosing to sit down and feel the body from within, so that you can become aware of all the tensions and the sensations of discomfort and also of comfort. And when you're doing this, then you're actually becoming more sensitive. You understand the language of your body. So you start to understand more and more that actually what your body needs right now is not a pill, is not food, is not a drug, is not alcohol or a cigarette. But what it really wants is safety. It wants to have a warm heart. That's what it really wants. It's just like a cheap copy of a warm heart. A drug is just like a drug, or a cigarette is just like a cheap copy of a warm heart. That's what you really want. So by cultivating the habit of being with yourself and opening up and letting go and trusting the flow of life can give you this warm heart feeling. And you don't have to be too hard on yourself. It's really something that you have to cultivate. So You have already stopped with your pills, but someone else who has not stopped yet with his or her bad habit, you don't have to go cold turkey. First, observe how your body feels from within and see what is going on. Learn to become comfortable with whatever you're feeling, and also observe how your body is like a clock, how your body actually subconsciously already knows what to do. It has its own kind of programs. So when you're waking up in the morning, see how the body feels uncomfortable without its cigarette. And don't try to change it, just become aware of it. Just become aware of the fact that it is so. If you are addicted to cigarettes, don't have to stop smoking right now. Just become aware, okay, my body is actually telling me to smoke a cigarette. And then discover, go into the feeling. What does it actually feel like when I'm just waiting for 10 minutes before I start to smoke the cigarette? It's just there to be curious about it. Just be curious about it. What's actually happening when I'm not taking it right away? Not that I'm just going to stop smoking, or not that I'm just going to stop drinking alcohol, but just to find out, how is my body reacting if I'm not giving it the substance right away? If there's no external source of comfort for the body. What if I'm just going to decide to stay with this discomfort for 10 minutes? What's going to happen then? And when you are really cultivating this habit of being with yourself, then what you can find is that there's a new source of happiness. And it doesn't come from outside. Everything that's real, everything that will persist, everything that can be cultivated in strength has to be found inside. So a real source of happiness that doesn't turn you into an addict, that doesn't make you dependent on anything, has to be found inside. And it is inside. It's in you, it's in me, it's in everyone. But it has to be found. And you first have to go through the layers of discomfort and also learn that it's okay to have discomfort. Discomfort is not a sign that you are living your life in the wrong way. It means that you are developing the strength to go through discomfort and still tell yourself that even though it feels unsafe, I am able to be aware that the fact is that I am safe, even though I don't feel like it, even though there is a craving for something, even though there is a feeling of being empty inside and there's a hopelessness inside. I know it's just a feeling, but it's not a fact. So it's really something that you can develop by turning inward. And it's good that you have stopped, but maybe you need to balance it out with something new, a new kind of happiness that you can find within. And you can find that happiness, very practically speaking. You find that happiness by first finding out, becoming aware of what is going on in your body, not just in the morning, not just in the evening, but all day long, always now, right now, as you're watching this video. But don't stop doing it when this video is over. Always now, be aware of what is going on inside of you and see when the sense of emptiness, being empty, and having no happiness is getting stronger and weaker, so that you can become aware of your own patterns. And by doing it, you start to disidentify from it. You know that it's there. The sensation is still going to be uncomfortable, but you know it has nothing to do with you personally, but much more you're looking at a pattern that is not your identity. And when you are observing this pattern, then you know, okay, I can observe that at such and such time my body is feeling this way, and it's the same thing every day. You can see how your body is actually like a clock. And you just simply observe how your body is behaving through the day. And when you notice this habit, you can observe it, and then you can develop actual strength that comes from awareness, to say, no, I'm choosing not to do it. And I'm choosing to stay in the sensation of emptiness, being unhappy. And when you're choosing to stay in this unhappiness, you can realize at the same time, that even though it feels like you are unsafe, that you are safe. And when you are resting, when you're breathing, when you're relaxing, when you're letting go, and then at some point your body will open up, and your nervous system will learn, or your whole body will learn, how to create happiness, how to create hormones of serotonin and endorphins by itself, without needing anything on the external. So it's by realizing that you are your own home and you don't need anything from outside. You can create your own happiness. You can create your own safety, your own comfort within. So a lot of us who are stopping those, no longer taking those external substances that give us happiness, when we are no longer doing it, then we are still somehow looking for happiness on the outside, and it takes constant willpower and resistance to no longer do it, and it is exhausting. So that's a disbalance. It's not in balance. So to find that balance, you have to also find that happiness within. Don't just be on this external world looking for happiness and resisting the urge to take the drug again, but instead just take your time to go within, because that's really where the sensation, where this craving is appearing in. So when you learn to be with that craving, when you learn to be with that emptiness, that unhappiness, you can slowly transform it and realize that everything you need is within. You can cultivate it within. So I hope that helped.